Hello, my amazing students, and welcome back to Daily English. I'm Alex, and today we're going to tackle something that makes many English learners feel scared, giving presentations in English. But here's the good news. By the end of this lesson, you'll have all the tools you need to present with confidence and speak like a pro. Picture this. You walk into your classroom, and your teacher announces, next week, everyone will give a 10-minute presentation in English. Suddenly, your heart starts beating faster. Your mind fills with worries. What if I forget my words? What if everyone laughs at my pronunciation? What if I can't answer their questions? If this sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Even native English speakers get nervous before presentations. The secret isn't to eliminate fear completely, it's to prepare so well that your confidence becomes stronger than your nerves. Today, I'm going to share with you my proven 3-step method that has helped thousands of students transform from nervous beginners into confident presenters. We'll cover smart preparation strategies, effective practice techniques, and performance tips that will make you shine on presentation day. Plus, I'll give you a collection of powerful English phrases that will make you sound professional and fluent. So grab your notebook because we're about to turn you into a presentation superstar.
Step 1. Smart preparation. Your foundation for success. Great presentations don't happen by accident. They happen because of excellent preparation. Think of preparation as building a strong house. Without a solid foundation, everything else will fall apart. Know your topic inside and out. The first rule is simple. Never present something you don't truly understand. I see students all the time who copy information from Wikipedia or textbooks without really understanding what they're saying. This is a recipe for disaster. Instead, become an expert on your topic. If you're presenting about renewable energy, don't just memorize statistics about solar panels. Understand why renewable energy is important. Ask yourself, could I explain this topic to my grandmother? Could I answer basic questions about it? If the answer is yes, you're ready to move forward. Create a crystal clear structure. Every powerful presentation follows the same basic pattern. Tell them what you're going to tell them, then tell them what you told them. This might sound repetitive, but it's actually brilliant psychology. When your audience knows what to expect, they can focus on learning instead of trying to figure out where you're going. Here's my simple formula. Introduction, introduce yourself, state your topic, and preview your main points. Body, present 2 to 3 main points with examples and details. Conclusion, summarize your key messages and end with impact. For example, good morning. I'm Sarah, and today I want to convince you that learning a musical instrument is one of the best investments you can make. I'll show you 3 benefits. It improves your brain power, it reduces stress, and it connects you with other people. By the end of this presentation, you'll want to pick up an instrument today. See how clear and engaging that is? Your audience immediately knows what's coming and why they should care. Make smart notes, not scripts. Here's a mistake that will kill your presentation. Writing out every single word and then reading it like a robot. Your audience can tell when you're reading, and it's incredibly boring. Instead, create keyword notes. Write down main ideas, important statistics, and key phrases, but leave room for natural speech. Your notes should look like a roadmap, not a novel. For instance, instead of writing, social media has revolutionized the way we communicate and has both positive and negative impacts on society, just write, social media, communication revolution, pros and cons. This approach keeps you sounding natural and conversational, which is exactly what great presenters do.
Step 2. Practice like a champion. You know what separates good presenters from great ones? Practice. Lots and lots of practice. But not just any practice. Smart, targeted practice that builds both your skills and your confidence. Practice out loud, always. Your first practice session should never be in front of your actual audience. You need to train your mouth, your voice, and your body before the real thing. Stand up, speak out loud, and practice your full presentation from start to finish. I recommend the mirror method. Present to yourself in a mirror. This might feel silly at first, but it's incredibly powerful. You'll notice things like, am I making eye contact? Do I look confident? Are my gestures helping or distracting? The mirror doesn't lie, and it's much kinder than a room full of classmates. Record and review. Here's one of my favorite practice techniques. Record yourself with your phone. Most students hate hearing their own voice at first, but this exercise is pure gold. When you listen back, ask yourself, do I speak too quickly or too slowly? Are my words clear and easy to understand? Do I sound enthusiastic about my topic? Where do I pause naturally? Be your own coach. Identify 1 or 2 things to improve, then record again. You'll be amazed at how quickly you improve. Practice with real people. Once you're comfortable with your solo practice, find a friend, family member, or classmate to be your practice audience. Ask them to listen to your presentation and then ask you 2 to 3 questions afterward. This is crucial because most presentations include a Q&A session. Practicing with questions helps you feel prepared for anything. And remember, it's perfectly okay to say, that's an excellent question. I don't have that information with me today, but I'd be happy to research it and get back to you. Use the power of repetition. Here's something most students don't know. Practice your opening and closing lines until they're automatic. These are the most important parts of your presentation, and they're when your nerves are strongest. If you can start confidently and end powerfully, everything in between becomes much easier. Practice your first 2 sentences and your last 2 sentences until you could say them perfectly even if you woke up at 3 a.m.
Step 3, deliver like a pro. The big day has arrived. You've prepared well, you've practiced hard, and now it's showtime. Here's how to walk into that room and absolutely crush your presentation. Master your pre-performance routine. Professional athletes have pre-game routines, and you should too. Here's my recommended routine for the 5 minutes before your presentation. First, do some deep breathing. Inhale slowly for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 6 counts. Repeat this 5 times. This activates your body's relaxation response and clears your mind. Second, do some physical warm-ups. Roll your shoulders, stretch your neck, and do some gentle arm movements. This releases physical tension and gets your blood flowing. Third, practice your opening line 1 more time. Whisper it to yourself with confidence and enthusiasm. Command the room with your body language. The moment you step in front of your audience, your body language is communicating before you say a word. Here's how to look confident even if you're feeling nervous inside. Stand tall with your feet shoulder-width apart. This is called a power pose, and it actually makes you feel more confident. Keep your shoulders back and your head up. Imagine there's a string pulling you up from the top of your head. Make eye contact with your audience. If this feels too intimidating, try looking just above their heads or focusing on friendly faces in the crowd. Move your gaze around the room so everyone feels included. Use your hands naturally. Don't hide them in your pockets or cross your arms defensively. Let them move as they would in normal conversation. Gestures help you express your ideas and keep your audience engaged. Speak with power and clarity. Your voice is your most important tool. Here's how to use it effectively. Speak more slowly than feels natural. When we're nervous, we tend to speed up, but slow speech actually sounds more confident and is easier to understand. Use the power of the pause. Don't be afraid of silence. Pauses give your audience time to process important information and give you time to breathe and think. Vary your tone and energy. If everything sounds the same, people get bored. Show excitement when you're sharing something interesting. Slow down and lower your voice when you're making an important point. Project your voice to the back of the room.
Even if you're using a microphone, speak as if the person furthest away needs to hear every word clearly. Handle nerves like a professional. Even the most experienced presenters feel nervous sometimes. The difference is they know how to manage those feelings. Here are my top strategies. Reframe your nerves as excitement. Nervousness and excitement create the same physical sensations: increased heart rate, butterflies in your stomach. Tell yourself, I'm not nervous, I'm excited to share this information. When you focus on helping your audience, you forget to be nervous. Remember that your audience wants you to succeed. They're not sitting there hoping you'll fail. They want to learn something interesting, and they're rooting for you to do well.
Now let me give you a toolkit of professional English phrases that will make your presentations flow smoothly and sound polished. For strong openings, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm excited to share with you. Have you ever wondered why? By the end of my presentation, you'll understand. Today, I want to convince you that. For clear structure, my presentation is divided into 3 main parts. First, I'll explain, then I'll show you, finally, I'll demonstrate. Let me start by giving you some background. For smooth transitions, now that we've covered, let's move on to. This brings me to my next point. Speaking of, this leads us to. Now, let's look at this from a different angle. For giving examples, let me give you a concrete example. To illustrate this point, this is clearly shown by. A perfect example of this is for engaging your audience. How many of you have experienced? Imagine if. Think about this for a moment. This might surprise you, but for strong conclusions, to sum up, we've seen that the key takeaway from today is, I hope I've convinced you that. Remember these 3 important points. Thank you for your attention. Are there any questions?
Once you've mastered the basics, here are some advanced techniques that will really make you shine. Use the rule of 3. Organize your main points in groups of 3. Why? Because 3 is the magic number for human memory. Think about it. Stop, look, and listen. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Past, present, and future. 3 points are easy to remember and create a satisfying rhythm. Tell stories. Facts tell, but stories sell. Instead of just giving statistics, wrap your information in short stories or examples. Let me tell you about Maria, a student who. Stories make your information memorable and emotional. Use visual language. Even without slides, you can paint pictures with your words. Instead of saying sales increased, say sales shot up like a rocket. Instead of it was difficult, say it was like trying to climb Mount Everest in flip-flops. Vivid language keeps people engaged. End with a call to action. Don't just inform your audience, inspire them to do something. End with phrases like, I challenge you to, starting today you can. The next time you remember, who's ready to join me in common mistakes to avoid? Let me share some mistakes I see students make repeatedly so you can avoid them. Mistake number 1, apologizing for your English. Never start with, sorry, my English is not very good. This immediately makes your audience doubt you. Your English is good enough or you wouldn't be giving a presentation in English. Mistake number 2, reading everything. If you read your entire presentation, you lose connection with your audience. Use your notes as guides, not scripts. Mistake number 3, ignoring time limits. Practice with a timer.
If your presentation is supposed to be 5 minutes, make sure it's actually 5 minutes. Running over time shows poor preparation. Mistake number 4, forgetting your audience. Remember who you're talking to. Use language and examples that are appropriate for your specific audience. Mistake number 5, ending weakly. Don't just trail off with, "Yeah, so that's it." End strong with a clear conclusion and thank your audience. Here's the truth. Becoming a confident presenter is a journey, not a destination. Every presentation you give makes you stronger and more skilled. Here's how to keep improving. Seek feedback. After each presentation, ask for specific feedback. What went well? What could be improved? Don't just ask, "How was it?" Ask targeted questions like, "Was my main message clear?" or "Did I speak too quickly?" Watch great presenters. Study TED Talks, conference presentations, and other skilled speakers. Notice how they structure their talks, use their voices, and engage their audiences. You can learn something from every great presenter. Practice in low-stakes situations. Look for opportunities to practice presenting in comfortable settings. Join a local Toastmasters club, present to friends and family, or create practice videos for yourself. Celebrate your progress. Acknowledge every improvement, no matter how small. Did you make eye contact for 30 seconds longer than last time? Celebrate it. Did you remember to slow down during your conclusion? That's progress worth recognizing.
Before we finish, let me give you a concrete action plan for your next presentation. 1 week before, choose and research your topic thoroughly. Create your presentation outline. Write your keyword notes. Practice your opening and closing lines. 3 days before, practice your full presentation out loud 3 times. Record yourself and make adjustments. Prepare answers to likely questions. Gather any materials you need. 1 day before, do a final practice run. Prepare your clothes. Get a good night's sleep. Visualize yourself succeeding. Presentation day. Arrive early to set up and get comfortable. Do your pre-performance routine. Remember, your audience wants you to succeed. Focus on sharing valuable information, not on being perfect. My amazing students, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about smart preparation that builds confidence, practice techniques that develop skills, and performance strategies that help you shine. You now have a complete toolkit for giving outstanding English presentations. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Every confident presenter was once nervous. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't natural talent. It's preparation, practice, and persistence. Your English doesn't have to be perfect. Your accent doesn't have to disappear completely. Your hands don't have to stop shaking completely. What matters is that you have something valuable to share, and you've prepared well enough to share it clearly and confidently. I believe in you. I believe in your ability to stand in front of any audience and deliver a presentation that informs, engages, and inspires. You have everything you need to succeed. So here's my challenge to you. Find one opportunity this week to practice what you've learned. It could be presenting to your family, recording a practice video, or volunteering to speak in your next English class. Take action, because confidence comes from doing, not just thinking.
Thank you so much for joining me today on Daily English. I'm Alex, and I can't wait to hear about your presentation successes. Keep practicing, keep improving, and keep believing in yourself. Until next time, remember, you're not just learning English, you're building confidence that will serve you for life. See you in the next lesson.